Hello, this is Steve from Beto's Leatherworks, and today's project is this beautiful Christian Louboutin shoes. One problem. Yep, I got eaten by an escalator. I'd say it's pretty bad, huh? So, what we're going to do is we're going to glue whatever we have here, fill it in, smooth it out, replace this cover, and try to make it look like it never happened. Alright, so let's get started. Hey look, my drill. Can't believe the other day I couldn't find it. It's right in front of me. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. And believe it or not, I just looked at the video and while I was editing and I saw it in there. Couldn't believe that. It was right in front of me. Oh Lord. Anyway. So this color is very hard color. It's light. You can't really hide anything, you know. Everything's right in front of you. All right, let's continue. So there's always a screw that's holding the heel block onto the shoe, which is that one right there. Okay? Now, other than the heels, other than the screw, there's nails that's holding the heel block onto the shoe. We're going to salvage this red piece. This is part of the sole right here. There's nothing wrong with that. I can clean that up and reuse it. Okay? Now the inside here, underneath the insole, there are 3 nails along with the screw. Put that away from the screw so the nail so I can show it to you guys. Okay? So we've got to take those out without doing damage to this plastic heel block. Now, this plastic heel block here, half of it's metal, half of it's plastic. Okay? Now, it's easy to damage that, and we don't want to damage it because we want to reuse that. That's still in great shape. I know it looks a bit tattered and beaten up, but you know what? It'll still be okay. This gets to be a little bit tricky. I'm gonna have to go on the other side and use my last to put it on. Well, maybe not. It's on there pretty good, but if you keep on wiggling at it, you'll get it off. And there she goes. Okay. Now again, this is still in good shape, believe it or not. We're going to reuse this. Now the trick is going to be trying to fill these in and making this smooth so it's not noticeable that it was torn up like that. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to try to fill these areas with a little bit of glue and leather dust. It's like a super glue type. I know know this is black, but the idea is that we're going to fill in a void, and then we're going to sand the surface smooth and then dye it. So even though this is a little bit of a darker shade of blue, it should be okay after it gets dyed and smooth it out. And I told the customer that I'm going to do my best on these, right? Because this is lambskin, it's very soft, smooth, and it's not very easy to work with. I never say it's going to look like new. It's going to be presentable, which I'll do the best I can for what I got to work with. Just kind of removing the high spots. Basically, we're going to get a very fine sandpaper and smooth it. This is basically leather dust from my sander. It's very fine. Now some of the areas that are just kind of peeled back, we can use regular cement. I use Masters all-purpose. Because there's no void to fill it with these couple of spots. It just kind of peeled back, so you just apply some cement and push it back to where it was. All right. It's taking shape. We don't need that dust anymore. I think we're done with the dust. Magic dust. It's magic. Not really. Just dust from the sander. Oh, I guess that was hammer time. Not the same, I guess, huh? Nah, it's not the same. But these are delicate shoes. You can't really pound on them. You know? So we just gotta tap it a little bit, that's all. Alright, it's shaping up slowly but surely. I know it's black, I see it. Don't worry about it. I got it. Remember, we're gonna have to cover that the same color dye so you can kind of smooth out the surface much more than what it is now. Alright, let's continue. Alright, now we've got the heel block sanded and cleaned. You gotta have this thoroughly cleaned because what happens is that every little bump on here, when the leather comes on, it's gonna show more, right? So it's gotta be nice and clean. Now, we've got the heel leather heel block cover cut, and what I did, I sanded the edges to thin it out, okay? Now I usually use my skiver, but the problem is the blade is not very sharp and I just don't feel like messing with it this morning. So I just kind of sanded it very thin around the edges. Now, that is a pretty good match. You want to know why? Well, the manufacturer was very kind enough to send a small piece exactly like the shoe. Now, they didn't send it to me because I didn't request it, but I've heard that they're very good about that. So the customer requested it from the manufacturer and they sent her that piece, and the customer sent the piece of leather to me along with the shoes. So last week I had another Christian Louboutin where I needed to get another piece of leather. I said, well, let me give it a try. Let me reach out for them and see what they can do for me, because it was a nude patent leather. So anyway, I contacted them via email, and they responded back and basically said, we just need to know a couple of things, you know, beforehand, like which boutique it was purchased in, where the store was, and I believe that was just a couple of little, you know, questions like that. Now I reached out to the customer and I'm waiting for a response from the customer. So I think once you answer those questions, I think they're very accommodating, which is great. I like companies like that where they help out the consumer. You know, they're just not there just to say, all right, here's the product, buy it, and that's it. Service after the sale is very important. Okay, but we'll see what happens with the other one. Right now we got to focus on this one to get this done and finished so we can send it back to the customer. So we're going to go ahead and glue this heel on right here. Okay. I'm clearing my throat because it's a little early, and my if I can talk, my voice box hasn't quite woken up yet. So forgive the annoying every minute. So I think this is going to be a short video. I know I said that last time, but it dragged on to about 30 minutes or so. I don't know, man. I just talk sometimes. All right, now we got to be careful because we've got to stretch this on here so there's no wrinkles on the heel itself. There's a little bump right here. That was the metal that was damaged. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think it'll be okay though. Every time I do a high-end shoe, people complain about, oh, it's not worth the money. Look, it's made cheaply. Well, I disagree. Especially this one. This is a beautiful shoe. Now look, I have no interest in the company at all. I just like finer things when it comes to quality items. delicate stuff. Wow. Alright, it's getting there, right? Look at that. Slowly but surely. Alright, let's continue. Alright. So we're getting there. As you guys can see, we've got the heel block on. Everything is glued, secured in. Now we start doing the basically just the surface color, clean up, touch up here and there. And this is almost done. That's becoming presentable, right? Don't worry, all that'll be covered up. All that'll be dyed and nice and even, same color. And then we'll have a very happy customer. Alright, let's continue. Alright, we're done with another project. You want to see it? Yeah? Here you go. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, you still can see some of the marks right there. But you know what? That's the best I can do. From what it was to what it is now, major improvement. I mean, it's presentable. You know, I don't say it's going to be new looking, but it's definitely presentable. She can wear with no problem. You don't have to tell, you know, if it ever got damaged or anything. So I appreciate it. It's a beautiful shoe, by the way. I like the little ruffles in the front, whatever they call it, curtains. I don't know what they call it. Look cool. All right. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions regarding a repair, please follow the email on the screen now. And try not to. I know there's a lot of people still making comments about repairs in the comment section. I may not get to them right away. So if you have any questions, just email it to me. Okay? That way I'll get to it and I'll answer it and you know, see if we can do business together. And yes, we do take a lot of mail orders. People are asking me if we take in mail orders. Most of the stuff that I'm showing you are mailed in. Like this one is mailed in. Not sure where it was from, but maybe Florida. I'm not sure, but it was mailed in. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Oh, if you like this video and if you want to see more, please hit that bell button in the bottom corner. That's what I was supposed to do, right? Remind you guys? All right. Again, thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you again next time. Take care. OS@Yahoo. I even forgot my own email address. Damn it. Well, the camera malfunctioning.